Let me ask you something really important. How many of your parents believe everything you say? Now, how many of you lie to your parents? We're going to talk about being responsible for your behavior. Raise your hands if you guys lie to your parents. What are the consequences of lying to your parents? Anthony?
Being grounded.
Good. You can be grounded if you lie to your parents. Jamia?
If you lie to your
Yeah, if you lie to your parents, you might lose your privileges. Greg?
could find out.
They could find out. Okay? One of the consequences of lying to your parents is they're not going to believe you sometimes, right? So maybe when you need help, they won't believe you and they won't want to help you, right? Okay? Thomas, come on up here. In order to grow up responsibly and to make good choices for yourself, part of what you need to know is when you can handle a problem by yourself and when you need help, okay? One of the things that kids do is they try to make grown-ups figure out that there's something wrong. So, you see how Thomas is sitting here and he's just playing with something in his hand and he's looking down? He doesn't look like he's very happy, does he? Some kids, when something really awful has happened to them, they don't tell anybody and they just sit there and they don't do things and they play with things because they think someone will notice that there's something wrong. If there was something wrong with Thomas now, could I figure it out for myself?
No.
Nope, and that's the mistake that kids make. They think grown-ups can figure it out. I have no idea. So if there was something wrong or something had happened and he wanted someone to help him, what would he have to do? Devron?
Tell them.
Tell me, exactly right. Good, thank you, Thomas. Okay, Nicole, come here. What if something happened to Nicole? Someone touched her in a way that made her feel really uncomfortable and she was just feeling really upset. And she went home and instead of telling her mother about what really happened, she said, I have a tummy ache. And all night she just sat around saying, I have a tummy ache. Can anyone help her with her problem if what she's saying is, I have a tummy ache?
No.
No. So if someone touched her, she needs to say exactly what happened. Then can I help her?
Yes.
Yeah, then I can help you, can't I, Nicole? Okay, good. Katie. How about if something happened to Katie and she was just feeling like she was no good? She just felt rotten inside. And so what she did to try to get her mom to notice was she takes baths 4 times a day. That's a lot of baths, isn't it?
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be a lot easier to say what happened?
Yes.
Because remember I said your moms and dads have problems?
Yes.
Yeah, well, they're not very good at noticing things and figuring out what's wrong all the time. So what's the responsible choice if something's happened to you, Katie?
Telling them.
Exactly. Good. Very good. Thank you. All right, let's see. Aki, come on up here. Okay, Aki, have a seat here. I'm going to tell you a story. What about if you went out on the playground and you saw a bunch of kids standing around and you saw that they had a younger child and they were making that younger child take off his clothes and he was crying? What would be the responsible thing for you to do?
Go and tell.
Go and tell someone? Okay, so you go and you tell the playground assistant and she goes and she gets all the kids and takes all of you into the principal's office. And each one of you has to meet with the principal. And the principal gets to you and he says, Aki, I am ashamed of you for participating in something like this. Really ashamed of you. What are you going to say? Was she involved?
No.
Did she do anything wrong?
No.
Does she have anything to be ashamed of?
No.
So is she just going to let the principal say this to her?
No.
So what are you going to say?
I didn't do it.
Good. Can she say, I didn't do it?
Yes.
All right. And what about if the principal says, well, you were out on the playground, so you must have been involved? Sometimes grown-ups don't understand your point of view, do they? So if something happens that they don't understand, who could you tell? Like if something happened at school that people didn't understand, who could you tell? Who would you tell? Would you tell your mom or your dad? Okay, so what if your mom goes with you to the school and says, you know, a key told me that she just saw what was happening. She didn't have anything to do with it. And she feels like it wasn't fair that you thought she had something to do with it. And the principal says, thank you for telling me that. I didn't understand. I thought you were the kid that made that little child take off his clothes. I didn't know you were the one that told. Did the principal apologize?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Would anything have happened if a key hadn't told her parents?
No. No.
No. And she'd have gone around having the principal think that about her and feeling bad about what the principal said, right?
Yes.
Okay, good. Thanks. All right. So, does communication work?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. So if something happens to you, what you need to do is communicate responsibly, make good choices about that, and get help when you need it, right? Because if I don't know you need help, can I help you?
No. No.
If your mom and dad don't know you need help, can they help you?
No.
Okay, so are there a lot of people you can go to if you need help?
Yes.
Yeah, but can they read your minds?
No.
No, so you need to ask for what you need, don't you?
Yes.
Terrific, all right. We've done a lot of work on teaching you to keep yourself safe, teaching you to think for yourself, to speak up for yourself, to make choices that keep you healthy and feeling good about who you are and how your life is going. This is just the beginning of the skills you'll want to practice and develop for your whole life. But don't forget that you can't do it by yourself, and you don't have to. Even when you have problems, and everybody has problems, there are people who care about you, who will protect you, and help you learn to be the kind of person that you want to be. Bye-bye.